Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 1 of Philips Lighting Academy's 3-part series titled Office Lighting to the Edge and Beyond. Our first part series features Deloitte Netherlands CIO Erik Ubels.
We work together with Philips because Deloitte set out on day one to make this a very sustainable building. So we wanted to make sure we're using the most advanced LED lighting system we could get from Philips. And also because we were able to work with Philips and make it even more intelligent by adding additional sensors you would typically not see in a lighting system. The sensors, especially the additional sensors in the lighting system for temperature and humidity, allow our users to monitor and manage their light level as well as the temperature by combining it with the climate ceiling. That creates a level of convenience we were looking for. We want to make this the nicest workplace in the world to attract talent. For management, it's obviously clear that we can see exactly which work spots are being used, where we do need to clean, how much energy we are using, and therefore we can use the data to optimize the uses of the building. One of the things we see with data is actually specific things we were not expecting beforehand. For example, we are cleaning rooms which were not being used that day. Obviously, when you can drive cleaning, you can improve the quality of cleaning, but over time you can also lower the cost of cleaning. What works extremely well is the temperature and the lighting system and the individuals who can control it. It's not that all our people are using it, but we are surprised about how many people are using it to set their own personal preferences. And that's exactly the feedback we got from our users. They really love to be working in this building. When we started out with Philips to develop this system, we were also looking at things like iBeacon, Wi-Fi access points, emergency evacuation loudspeaker systems. It was too early to have this all integrated. I learned from Philips that they're now working on the next generation of this system, which will include all of those capabilities. Everything we can put in the luminaire will save cost and make it a better system for us. According to Frans van Hout, the CEO of Philips, we revolutionized the light business, but I also believe we revolutionized the ways buildings are built. Buildings are no longer built in stock and then a tenant is be found, but buildings are now built with the tenant in mind, with the tenant has a lot to say how the building would look like at the end of the day. The most important thing when we started this building was to give them a higher level of comfort. Nobody likes to go to an office with unassigned work desks or with difficulty in parking and all those things we experience here in Amsterdam. But by improving the comfort, again, they're able to manage their own light level, temperature. That creates a kind of well-being which we would not have had without this lighting system. By providing them guidance throughout the day where they should work, what is most efficient for them to work, we also save them a lot of lost time in looking for space or finding the right people. So it also improves productivity. Our people are not different than other people in the world, so I don't think they take time to actually learn new things. They want it instantly. That's why we got all the apps on the iPhone. They just have to play with it and they immediately see how it's working. It's very straightforward, so it's just a matter of making them aware of the fact that they can manage the light and the temperature, and from that moment on it's like a child's play. Yes, we do see a large impact on our users. We measured through surveys before we moved into the building. What is the expectation? What are you looking forward to? What are you afraid of? And obviously we do the same afterwards. I think one of the most interesting things is that we set out to make a building which would be attractive to new talent. Like all of us, we are fighting for the best talent in the marketplace, and we have seen an uprise in people who spontaneously knock on our doors and who want to work with us in Amsterdam. One of the most interesting things is when you're in an elevator or when you're waiting for a coffee downstairs and people talk to each other without then that you are the guy who's responsible for this. People explain to each other, did you use the light system? Did you play with it? And some people would say, well, I did, but I couldn't care. But more important is there's a large amount of people who actually do change the light level. For example, when they work behind a computer, they typically lower the light. But if they have to read something, they improve or increase the light level. So yes, it is absolutely coming back to us. We also measure it, and there's absolutely a match. What we've seen in the survey, as well as what we measure in our systems with the data. Well, one of the things is that we actually try to build a building which is social at work. So in one of our presentations, when we started doing this, we said social at work. Why? Because you're not going to the office just to do your normal work. The only reason you go to the office is to interact with clients or interact with your colleagues. It's a meeting place. Exactly the reason why we have so much comfort in the building by using your technology as well as other technologies. Creating comfort, the way people can find each other, the way people can interact with the video, audio systems, the coffee, the comfort we offer through that. So it has become a huge social at work space as we wanted. I'm pretty sure that because of all kinds of reasons, politics, costs, not looking for a smart building like ours, that there will be buildings which are not as smart as this one. I am absolutely sure, without mentioning names, but I have a large number of very large corporations in the Netherlands who visited us, who are now starting to build, and they're all going to try to exceed this building. And I think that's the biggest compliment Philips and Deloitte can get, that others are trying to do better.